Welcome to PTG TV. This is your host, man. Just welcome back. So I know I've been going away for a minute, and I've actually made a couple of these videos. I just never posted them because I'm always trying to figure out making sure I got the right tone and say what I want to say coming into this new year and getting back started on doing a podcast and doing content creation in general. So if you have not been following me on any of my other social media profiles, then you would have missed out on the fact that I lost my sister-in-law last year, who I considered like my actual sister because we were that close, and I just loved her that much due to suicide. And it's something that, of course, set my wife back because it's her sister. And we literally talked we talked every day through. We had a group chat set up that we would send memes and stuff in, and we just talked throughout the day. And then my wife saw her 3 to 4 times a week, and then we would see her periodically, throughout the week, and at least a lot throughout the month. I mean, we were just that close. They were just that close, especially his sister. They were just that close. So anyway, that kind of it set all of us back, and it kind of reset a lot of the stuff that I was doing personally with the business stuff I had going on and the moves and stuff that I was doing, from doing a partnership thing with Google, working on my own personal business stuff, even doing this content creation. I know before y'all gonna say it, you always taking breaks. Yeah, I do, because other stuff come up, but this one was like almost one of the longest ones outside of what I did earlier on, like a couple of years ago, and this was due to a reason behind that. So I want to get started back going into this year. This year I plan on getting back into doing more interviews again, because I had stopped doing interviews for a long time, and just me talking and then talking about things I'm close to. I do want to get touch on the presidential stuff, because I did not get a chance to even discuss the election stuff last year, because it happened right before the election itself. So I didn't get a touch on. I didn't even feel right even getting on social media to post anything, and I probably should have, because life still goes on. But I just loved it that much, because I was heartbroken. I still am kind of heartbroken, but trying to just pick stuff back up again, because at times clearly my wife misses her a lot, and I miss her too sometimes, because we used to see her all the time at events and things, especially around the holidays. We were always at Christmas parties or just hanging out doing stuff as like family, and going out and doing stuff around the holidays, especially ushering in the new year. So it did it reset a lot of stuff. And I'm one of those believers, and my wife kind of reminded me too that no matter what happens as far as the pause goes, maybe it was probably what was God intended for it to happen, just to get a little reset going on. Well, not even a reset, just to get started on anew. And not that those things, because they closed down, they won't start back up again, because I'm steadily progressing back into doing stuff again. I don't know about the partnership with Google. I'm having to check back into that, because I have not even got into that account again. But I'm coming back. I'm coming back to do more discussions about political stuff and tech news, because we got these tech bros out here talking about the H-1B visa stuff, which I'm for to a degree, if it's for people that we don't have available over here. But because I work in the tech industry, it's a little bit more personal for me. And I think there's a lot of people getting laid off that can take those jobs, but because they want cheap labor, they go pick up people from other countries to do that work. And I've seen that since the early 2010, when I was seeing a lot of work getting shipped over to Ukraine before anybody even was paying attention to what the hell was going on in Ukraine. A lot of the company I work for was shipping a lot of jobs over there, and people was getting laid off over here in the States. So I'm glad that because of the civil war that's taking place on the right, they're bringing some attention to it, because I don't think it's fair. I'm all for, bringing people over here, like highly skilled workers, when it comes to specialized things. I don't care if it's AI or any form of engineering stuff, but I want them to, hire people over here in the U.S. first before you start sending those jobs over there. And mainly it's because, not for highly skilled workers, it's for them getting cheap labor. They want indentured servants, and that's exactly what they're shooting for. But yeah, going back into this year, like I said, I'm going to do more interviews. It's going to be a lot of mental health stuff. I can't even front on you. It's going to be a lot of mental health stuff, because I think we got to protect our mental health. And that's one of the things that kind of set me back when it came to her, is the fact that I did talk about it a lot. If y'all been following me as for a long time, I started off with doing a lot of streams, actually having on mental health advisors to talk to some of the youth during the pandemic, because some of the youth were talking about doing those things, doing that because of the pandemic and being forced to be sitting at home. But Yeah, I'm coming back. I apologize for the delay. I mean, clearly you understand why I took it. If you don't, you can eat a big bag of D. I don't care about that. It was kind of personal for me, and I kind of had to stop. And now it's just, if you know you have, if one of those people you've stopped before, I don't care if it's in business, you know it's kind of hard to get things back started, back up again, and get it to the level that you had it going in. Because I was at full speed come the latter part of last year. I mean, I was at real full speed ahead, doing a lot of stuff, projected to do a lot of stuff the first part of this year. And it's not to say that, you know, it's not gonna happen, but it may not happen the way that I envisioned it to happen. So I'm getting my vision board set up. I encourage everybody to get a vision board going. I don't care, you know, for the year or just to set, you know, long-term goals. I have one behind me. Well, you can partially see it over here with some of my long-term goals. I'm going to get one set up for this year for some of my short-term stuff to accomplish those long-term goals. And just getting back into journaling, my meditations and stuff again. But yeah, just to get back on track. Like I said, I want to get back into more interviews because I think a lot of the interviews that I had before were great. There's a lot of people I want to try to reach out to get them onto the show. And anybody listening to, I appreciate y'all for hanging around. If y'all get that notification and y'all actually listen to the episode, I appreciate y'all hanging around. I want to thank everybody for the well wishes they sent over to our family, the cards they sent over. Thank you all for it. Love you all for it. It's been a rough time, and we have our ups and we have our downs. Especially my wife, she has her ups and she has her downs, and her parents do too, because her parents are here as well too. They're still alive. But thank y'all for tuning in. I'm trying to commit to 3 episodes a week, if not 2 at the most. I mean, 3 at the most, 2 definitely a week. 1 on politics, 1 on technology. Of course, I'm still pushing my book. So if you have not seen my book, I have The Ultimate Technical Guide to Creating a Podcast. It's available on all the platforms, wherever you find your books at. I don't care if it's Barnes & Nobles. I don't care if it's Amazon, Apple Books, Google Books. The digital copy is there. You can, of course, order a physical copy of it too. But check the book out. I am going to be making a class for it this year. So stay tuned for that. Something I should have been doing a long time ago. My wife whooped on me about that too. But something I never did, and you know how it goes. If you've never done it before, it's hard for you to get started on it because you don't know really where to get started. And I've done it throughout this whole process of even doing this right here. I don't know why that's been so difficult for me, but that has been. So I will be having a class on it as well too. And there's a lot of stuff, business stuff I plan on doing. But yeah, stay tuned to the next episode coming out. We're going to dive into this past election cycles, and we're going to kind of briefly talk about, the controversy behind why so many people didn't show up, especially when they start talking about the black voters. They said, like, what is it, 97% of us showed up? And I was like, yes and no. The people that generally show up, they did show up. But I was like, there was a lot of people that did not show up. I mean, just on the Democrat side alone, there was over 17 million people that didn't show up. But total overall, it was like 89 million people that's registered voters that did not show up to vote this past election cycle. And a lot of the stuff I do know because I saw it firsthand, because if y'all know, I'm a community activist. I'm out knocking on these doors. I'm out doing voter registration drives. I'm helping people out on campaigns. I do this stuff outside of my tech life. I'm heavily involved in the community as well too. So I plan on talking more about that, and then getting more onto the AI discussions that's out there. Looking at the EVs that's out. I want to do more tech reviews too. I plan on getting to doing tech reviews. Should have been doing it already too, but I've never done it before. So I plan on doing tech reviews and talking about products that I love. Especially, I don't care if it's coming to doing podcast creations. Like, I don't care if it's the microphones, the mixers, lavaliers, cameras, lenses. Like, I have this lens I have in here right now that I'm recording this with. So I plan on doing tech reviews this year, but y'all stay tuned. I know the biggest thing about anything is just being consistent, and that is the thing. So if you're watching me stream too, I plan on getting back to my streaming schedule, starting whenever you listen to this on Mondays and Wednesdays, consistently. That's going to be happening. Podcast episodes, I can't say what time of the day they're going to be posted. I genuinely want to get them ready for first thing in the morning, but I want to do them throughout the week. So on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, you'll have a new podcast episode that's dropping out. Hopefully it's in the morning, but it will be dropping on those days. So you're getting this first episode today. Whenever you listen to this, it's on Monday, January 6th. The new episode will be coming out this coming Wednesday, and then on the Friday. So y'all stay tuned for that. Turn on y'all notifications. And one last thing before I leave, I hope y'all set some goals for this year, and then make sure you're checking on your friends and family members. even the quiet ones that's always smiling around you, that don't complain about nothing, those are the ones that you really should be talking to make sure they're okay mentally, because we had no idea that this was coming. We had no idea that she would even consider doing anything like this, because she seemed like she was a bubbly person. She was caring, giving. She helped everybody around her. It didn't matter what it was. And she was always showed up with a smile. And nowhere did I suspect, or even her sister suspect, or any of our close friends, we hung around the same group of people, suspected internally that she was hurting. So, it's sad, and it's sad to us, but such is life. That's about the only thing I can say about that. I love her. I miss her. Wherever she's at on the other side, I hope she's found the peace that she was looking for, and she don't have to endure the peace of the pressure or pain from this world anymore. I wish I could have did something to help her stay here, because I didn't want to see her go, want to grow old with her. But now that she's gone, wish nothing but I hope that God and the universe is protecting her. So thank y'all for tuning in this episode. Make sure y'all watch out for your friends and family members. Sit down and meditate. Your mental health is the most important thing you have around you. Separate yourself from the BS that's around you. Make sure y'all stay prayed up and protected. And I don't care what you believe. You could be an atheist, but still stay focused on who you are, what you believe in, who you love, and what you love. And make sure you're loving yourself. So thank y'all again. I'm going to keep repeating myself. And I'm sorry I was gone for so long, but you understand the reason why. To all of my consistent listeners, all of my new listeners, thank y'all for tuning in this episode and tuning into my YouTube channel. So love you all. And until Wednesday, well, I'm streaming Monday, but make sure you tune in for the streams on Mondays and Wednesdays. But until Wednesday, y'all be safe. Y'all be cool. Be easy. Peace.